Hi guys, how are you? I hope you are doing well. Happy new month. Today is the 2nd of June, 2026. Welcome to the channel. So today I'm just starting off with an analysis of the pound USD. The only currency pair I trade, I'm starting off on the monthly time frame. On the monthly time frame, I've been having this channel here, and I'm just going to be focusing on this particular area here. And in my opinion, I do still believe I still believe that we are in some sort of uptrend because we have been making higher highs and higher lows from the monthly time frame. Last month's candle closed with this half a pin bar. This is really not a good indication of, a direction, to be completely honest, because the whole of May was in a lot of consolidation, which you're going to see in the lower time frames. But just looking at the bigger time frames and judging even from this particular candle here, I do still see a potential of price coming higher all the way back up to maybe the 1.357 or even back higher to this channel over here, because we can see that there is a key level around this area here. So just based off this higher time frame, I do believe that we are in some sort of uptrend, and I will go into the lower time frames and maybe we can see, how it's being different. But this is the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, I think we can just see this more clearly. On the weekly time frame now, just basing off these higher lows, I do see in terms of market structure that we did not in fact make a higher high here. But honestly, guys, the main reason I think for me I'm still supporting the buy side and like much more strongly is simply because as somebody who trades candlesticks at key levels, I do not see any candlestick around here. I do not see a candlestick here. I do not see any bearish candlestick here to confirm that yes, price wants to go down. Because even this particular candlestick here, you can see even the way it's formed. Yes, it did touch this key level here, but it's still just not a convincing candlestick. I prefer candlesticks to really close near resistance levels without wicks. So I think that's basically just why, just judging off that bigger time frame, it's just tricky, guys, because I definitely see how sellers could also say that no, we are going to sell. But as per me and my opinion, and just looking at the technicals from what I can see, and also the fact that we do have yet another higher low here, I think I'm going to stick to the buy side. Okay, so now this is a weekly time frame. This was last week's candle here, and you can see last week's candle we closed with literally just zero volume. You can see it's an indecision candle. Is this like a doji type of candle here, and you can see no volume whatsoever. So this here is still hard to decipher whether we are going to sell, if at all we're selling, because I'm still not opposed. As much as yes, I am bullish even on the bigger time frames, I still have to react to what the market is doing. So even next week I can just be saying I'm bearish depending on what's going to happen. But as per right now, I'd rather be on the bullish side, because we also did not break below this particular level here, which is the 1.339. And guys, it's tough. And the main reason for this is because of the dollar index, which we're going to get into. But at the moment, there's still a lot of fundamental factors that are affecting all these pairs that we're trading. And it's hard. So so this is another daily time frame. So to me, this is now like the breakout, because we did have a downtrend here, and then we sort of broke out of this trend line. To me, this was like the impulsive, and then we also made a higher high here. And I do believe that this here is like the retracement for now. A new impulsive move upwards. And also when I take my fib, let me take my fib from down here to here, I can see that it's lining up. It's not too bad. It's in between the 61.8 and the 78.6, which is not bad at all. And it's also at a key level here, which is the 1.33. Let me actually just round this off, because let me round it off there. So not too bad, or not too bad, but also depending on what the news happens, because there's still talks in America with the Iran peace deal. We'll just have to wait and see. So the daily time frame, look at these candles, guys. Nothing. The only thing that was giving me hope is this particular candle here to maybe push the market upwards, but you can see there's still nothing happening. So it's not looking too clear. I don't know. Let me go to the 4-hour time frame and maybe we'll see. But on the daily time frame, you can see these candlesticks do not have volume. They don't show direction. So this is now why I'm saying, as much as I'm bullish, I'm still waiting to see what can happen, because anything can happen around these areas here. So the 4-hour time frame. Now this is the 4-hour time frame. So on the 4-hour time frame, we were in a downtrend, and then some people could say this is the pullback and the start of a new impulsive move. The main reason for me that I'm not too convinced that this is the start of a new impulsive move down is also again because of the candlesticks, because when you look at this particular area here, which is the 1.351, you can see that we still do not have a proper bearish candle around this area here for me to confirm that the buys are taking place. And you can see, like, yes, we were selling here, we made a lower low, we came pulled back, but then it refused. There was no momentum. So again, there's almost like a shift, because you were expecting, if at all sellers are coming in, this price should have had gone down at least and did something like this. But you can see it in fact did not do that. Then it ended up going upwards, but then it's also going up, but then there's also like a barrier there as well. So it's just hard. And this is also because the dollar is currently in a consolidation. And you can see here, as much as we did have a bullish engulfing candle here, now this is now where I like to be careful even when I trade candlesticks. Just because it's a bullish engulfing candle here does not mean that this move and this move here will happen, because somebody can easily say, let me take a long because there's a bullish engulfing candlestick here. But where are you placing the stop loss? Because if you look to the left, look at this candle here. One thing, and I'm currently making a video on candlesticks to watch out for. Just because you see a nice candlestick, you still have to look at the past data and the past candlesticks and see. Now, this particular candlestick here, I don't know if it was news from yesterday, but you can see we have a very, very big spike. Now, usually with these big spikes, they can get filled. So that is why even taking a buy at the moment is just not making sense at all, because you have to make sure you're looking behind and seeing what's happening. So there's a big spike here, and there is definitely a potential of price coming back to fill it and even bouncing back off this level here. This is honestly the level I'm watching out for, the 1.339. I'm curious to see what's going to happen here. If at all I do get some nice 4-hour bullish candles here, I could be interested in taking another buy all the way back up to here. And because I'm a day trader, if I also see something nice, I could take a sell before a buy. And if it's buying again, honestly, guys, I am not interested in buying anything around this level here. If I'm to buy, I'm going to buy from down here, or even up here. Maybe if there's like, I don't know, I don't know when this would happen, but maybe something like that. And that means taking an entry around here. But currently, in between this, I am not interested, and I would rather stay out of the trading week and just not trade at all. Because if you watched my videos on when to not trade Forex, this is a some of the times when I do not trade, when I don't understand what's going on, and also when there's consolidation. Okay, so now let me go to the 4-hour time frame. I mean, sorry, the 1-hour time frame. Now the 1-hour time frame, so this was last week's period. Last week I did take a sell around here. I believe I did make my analysis. I did spot a head and shoulder, and it turned out to be really nice. This was also one of the first trades that I took on my funded FTMO, so that was quite nice. But you can still see, apart from that, I don't know, last week I did see some people taking buys. This one here could have been a buy. This is a typical setup that I take, but when it comes to major key levels, I usually wait on the 4-hour time frame to give me confirmation, and the 4-hour candle did not give me any confirmation here. The 1-hour did, but for me and my safety and per my trading rules, I do not trade the 1-hour time frame when we come to big key levels, and that's why I usually have them highlighted so that I know that these types of areas here, these could be tricky. But you can see, if you took a long after this bullish engulfing candlestick, we have a break and retest. This could have been pretty nice. Would it have gone to a 1 to 2? Maybe this would have been a close and break even. But anyway, you can see I did not take that trade because this did not align with how I trade. But if it was an unusual day and it wasn't at this key level, I probably would have taken it. So anyway, looking at today, this was Friday's high, Friday's low, Monday's high, but I'm more focused on this particular level here, which is the 1.34850, and what I am going to be looking at today. Now, for example, let's just say that I get a bearish engulfing candlestick here, and this one I'd be okay getting a candlestick on the 1-hour time frame. I usually have rules when it comes to my candlesticks and which time frames I'm looking at, but usually it's the 1-hour or the 4-hour. But when it comes to key levels like this, I wait for the 4-hour time frame. But now, because we are just in between minor key levels, if I do get a bearish engulfing candlestick, I would still be okay with taking a sell, maybe back down to here or even here, because that would also be like a repetition of last week's move, which is here, and you can usually price repeats itself. So I'm going to be on standby for something like that. Actually, right now, I think I'm just going to go ahead and put an alert there. So when, in case price comes there, I'd be interested in taking a sell. Otherwise, I really don't see myself taking another sell. Somebody could look at something like this. It doesn't look too bad, but I guess it also depends on just the formation. But if at all I'm selling short-term sells, because I am a day trader, as much as I'm bullish in terms of like the bigger time frames, I still need to get my 60 pips. I just look for 60 pips when it comes to GBPUSD. But otherwise, if I don't get something like this, if I was to buy at any chance, I'm going to be looking at buys from down here, and also what I mentioned on the 4-hour time frame. But yeah, Currently, I could be bearish, but I'll just have to wait and see. This is a type of market situation where you just have to wait and see. This one, there's no clear bias today because you can see price is moving upwards and it's moving downwards, but then it's stopping. Yeah, I'm not interested, but I do have my alert here. So in case I'm going to be busy this week, which I am, so I probably will not be making another analysis video. This is what I'm going to be waiting for down there. And I hope I've made sense. I'm also very curious to hear what you guys have to say. But anyway, yeah, I'm looking at something like that in the hopes of seeing what's going to be happening at around that key level here. If at all today price doesn't get back to where I've put my alert, then yeah, maybe I could wait for that break and retest. And also, the main reason I have this area shaded is because this is actually the volume from the weekly time frame, and that's why you can see here I do have this key level written here, open and close, because this is where price opened and closed, and last week we had no volume, so that's why I'm watching out for this particular area here. And I hope I've made it. Usually this is just for my eyes, it's usually just for my eyes, but yeah, let's wait and see. Anyway, let's go to the dollar index and see the problem. So even this one, I'm not even going to go on the daily time frame. I'm just going to start here on the 4 hour, because this 4 hour has been this way since, you know, the beginning of time. Wait, actually, let me just go to the monthly time frame and let me just see how this candle closed. Okay, so you can see on the monthly time frame we closed with a somewhat bullish candle, but it still did not have enough volume, and you can see we're still stalling around where the consolidation is. So yeah, looking at just the 4 hour time frame for the DXY, you can see we're still in a consolidation. We had a little dip here. Was it on Friday or on Monday? Yeah, on Friday. But I still was not convinced, because now, especially with the DXY you cannot trust anything, because this is now pushed by fundamentals and the talks with Trump. So what I was waiting for is, if at all this is going to be bearish, because I have been bearish on the dollar, and I actually am still bearish actually. But this will now depend on the fundamentals, because now I also can't conclude, because I don't know what's going on with the meetings, you know. So yeah, but I was waiting. If there was supposed to be a confirmation, I was waiting for something like that, and a retracement with a candle, and then tick it downwards. But you can see that did not happen. We made like a breakout, but then we still ended up closing back inside of this range. So if at all today the dollar index continues pushing upwards, which I definitely see the potential, because we do have a long wick here, and again it'll be part of the range, so 99.4. If at all something like that happens, then I guess we'll just have to see again what's happening here at the 99.4, because now this resistance is just, it's been tapped so many times, and usually when resistance starts being tapped so many times, it's not a good thing. It's really not. There could even be a breakout towards the upside, but we'll just have to wait and see, you know. So yeah, if at all that happens on the dollar index, then that will also confirm my short bearish, you know, bias on the pound just for today, and then we see what happens. You can see on the 1 hour time frame, nothing is even interesting here, guys. Man, I am okay staying out of this market. I really am. I'm not trying to force issues. I'm okay with the first trade that I took, and yeah, you can see, like, let's see. So dollar struck in narrow band traders. So yeah, people are still eyeing the Middle East US data, and that's also same as me, because even with the news, I'm going to be very keen, especially this week. I want to put on BBC, ABC, Bloomsbury. I'm watching all those, because I want to know, and I really want to keep up, because if at all there's going to be news, then it could be something that you can capitalize on. But again, it's a bit tricky. So yeah, with ease pressure on currencies, said on Monday the talks were with Iran were ongoing, despite a report that Tehran suspended indirect negotiations. Guys, I also have a cold, forgive me. But yeah, so still people are still waiting to hear any progress towards the ending of the war. And yeah, it's if it continues, then this just explains what's been happening. Deal, no deal, deal, no deal, deal, no deal. So tough times. But yeah, I guess as a trader, I'll just be waiting to react. But just as per today, and literally just today, because I'm just waiting to see, I might be short-term bearish on the pound USD, and I hope I've made sense. Okay, now going over to the Forex Factory calendar. I have not refreshed my calendar. So this is 2nd of June. So we have some news today at 5 p.m. East African time. We also have some news on Wednesday, 3rd, 3:15. And we also have NFP on Friday. I will be sure to stay out of the market on this day, guys. I will be sure. Unless I'm trading on my personal account, which that will be fine. But I'm not interested in taking any trades on my funded prop firm accounts as per right now. So yeah, that is it for this analysis. Let me know what you think. Tough times, guys. Tough times. Let's hope and see whether the negotiations can go well, so that traders, we can have like cleaner markets to trade. But otherwise, it is what it is. And if you don't have like your trading plan, you're still unsure, I would just advise you to also stay out of the market. It's not worth it, man. There'll be better times ahead. So yeah, that is it for my analysis. I will see you next time. If I'm not making an analysis or any other video this week, that's because I'm probably going to be busy. And yeah, we'll see you probably next week or in the weekend. Let's see. Bye bye. Have a good day.